Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to cook dinner. So this is what I cooked. I actually cooked some liver stew and some cabbage, stir-fried cabbage and ugali. So I just put the liver to heat up a bit so that the water can dry, and then I just proceeded to add just a bit of oil. Yes, I was basically frying it. I added some onions. I'll attach down below a detailed video on how I cook liver. So today I'm just going to be doing it real quick because I have a video on my channel on how to prepare liver. Yeah, so just add a bit of oil and onions, and also you don't need to boil your liver. Liver is already quite soft, so you just put it, wash it, then you let the water that remains a bit after washing it, you let it dry, then you proceed to the cooking process. Yeah, so after cooking the onions, I just added tomatoes and I mixed everything. Yeah, so after that, you can add all the spices that you want. And if you have been on this channel for a while, you know that I love paprika. I just love the taste and the flavor that it brings out in food. So if you just give me paprika alone, it would be fine by me. But then I just added a bit of cumin. Cumin is quite strong, so just add a tiny bit of it, goes a long way. Don't add too much till throw off the food. Just add a tiny bit of it. Yeah, then I added salt. Then I just mixed everything, covered it, and let it simmer for about 5 to 10 minutes, and it was ready. Yeah, so to help the onions cook down properly, I added a bit of water. You'll see, add a bit of water so that the tomatoes can really cook down properly. And I just covered it and allowed it to simmer. Yeah, so after about 5 minutes, that's how our stew is looking. So I just moved my hand a bit because I realized it was actually blocking your view. So don't mind that. Yes, that's how it looks. Our stew is basically ready. Yes, once it was ready, I just removed it off the heat and I placed some water in a sufuria. And I want to prepare some ugali. Yeah, so I allowed the water to boil, come to a boil. Then after it was properly boiled, I just proceeded to add flour, maize flour, that is. Then you let it, make sure that the water is properly boiled so that the ugali can really cook properly. Yeah, so at this point, you just want to mix it until it forms a firm dough, basically. I've been meaning to prepare a ugali recipe, so this is the right time for it. Yeah, so then I just added some more flour, but I realized later that I'd added just a bit of too much of flour, but I just worked with it. So be careful not to add too much flour at once. You add it based on the consistency that you want. Some people like firm ugali, others like it a bit soft. So just add it slowly so that it does not end up too firm for your liking. I hope you get what I mean. Yeah, so just kept mixing it. I could have added some water, just some warm water or just cold water, and allow it to boil up and continue mixing, but I just decided to work with what I had. It was not too firm, not too hard. So I just worked with it the way it was. Yeah, so you basically want to mix it the way I'm mixing it so that it forms a firm, firm, firm ugali. Yeah, so in between mixing, you also let it rest a bit without mixing it so that the heat, it can catch up the heat. So the lower part can get the heat. If you can cover it, the better. You see there I covered it for about 3 to 5 minutes, but don't let the heat be too high. Also should not be too low, should be medium. So if you cover it for 3 to 5 minutes, then you remove the lid, you continue mixing, then you roll the upper side to go down, then you cover it again for another 3 to 5 minutes so that the steam can cook it properly. Yeah, so I just covered it again. So if you do that for 2 rounds each side, you mix, then you cover for that time, then it will just be ready. You can see the bottom part of the sufuria has even browned, which shows you that our ugali is ready. I think that for ugali, as long as you use water that is properly boiled and then you mix it enough for about 7 minutes, and you cover it so that it cooks both side downside for 2 rounds each, then it will be ready. Yeah, so once it was ready, I just took it off. I took it off the pan. Yeah, so that's how our ugali looks. Yeah, so the next step, which is the last one, was to make our stir-fried cabbage. So just put the pan, the sufuria on the stove. Then you add onions, and for the cabbage, I like you using a lot of onions. I don't know about you, but onions really gives nice flavor. So you can add a good amount of onions. Yeah, so just want to let that one cook until it browns. So just keep mixing it. Yeah, and a good tip is to add salt. If you want the onions to cook quickly, is you can add a bit of salt, then it will definitely cook much faster. Yeah, so after about a minute it was ready, so I just proceeded to add some shredded carrots. Just mix everything. Yeah, then I'd left some 2 slices of tomatoes from cooking the liver, so I just decided to add those in there. But tomatoes are not needed in this when cooking the cabbage. Yeah, so give it about 2 to 3 minutes to cook. Then you'll basically proceed to add your cabbage. So I just added a bit of it for this recipe. Yeah, then allowed it to simmer for 2 minutes. Then I just proceeded to mix everything. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, guys, and to like this video. We are almost over. Yeah, this is a nice meal you can prepare for your family for dinner, lunch. Yeah, so I basically mixed everything properly. Yeah, and I didn't want to overcook the cabbage. So at this juncture, I just turned down the heat and the meal was basically ready. So that's how everything turned out, guys. The ugali, the cabbage, and my liver stew. I don't know why I keep thinking of beef stew. It's liver stew. yeah, that's how everything turned out. Let me just serve it up so that you can, let me just serve a plate. Yeah, so you can start in any order you want. So I started by adding the cabbage, plating the cabbage, then some liver stew. Then the last one was ugali. This meal was so delicious. Just a bit of ugali. Yeah, so thank you guys for watching and liking this video. Remember to subscribe, and I'll see you in another one.